Yes, good evening, everyone, and a warm welcome to the weekly coaching with me. For some of you, this is the first coaching session with me. So, are you all excited? Great. Let's get started. So, firstly, today it's going to be money coaching session. Mostly, we'll be discussing about the money aspects. Good evening, Sheetal. Are you all there? Yes. Great. Firstly, what I want every one of you to remember, this is very, very important when it comes to money, because every day we deal with the money. Without money, the day will not start, the day will not end. So money is one of the essential part of our life. It's very important, it's very essential. And the way we deal with the money also, we must know, we must learn. Otherwise, what happens is we end up being a victim of money situations. Let's say most of our energy, most of our vibration, most of our happiness, so-called peace of mind is depending on the money. Yes or no? When we have more money, we feel so much of joy, we feel happy, we feel relaxed. If the same money goes down or comes down in your bank account, it may cause you to feel the negative emotion. Maybe it could, sometimes you may feel anger, sometimes you may feel frustrated because of money situations. So when you allow yourself to depend on money or money situations to give you joy and happiness, then you're going to fall into the trap of Maya. Then you may not be able to maintain your vibration. So we know that as being into law of attraction, practicing law of attraction, once we maintain our vibrations higher, so that we can attract only good things, positive things into our life. But unfortunately, most of our vibrations depending on what we are observing, like especially money. Money is a major role that plays in day-to-day life. If you take throughout the day, almost 5 to 6 hours, we deal with the money-related situations, work-related situations, which is related to, of course, what matters at the end is money in our bank account. Whether you are an employee, whether you are a business owner, what matters to us at the end of the day is money in a bank account. And most of our situations causes us to feel some disappointment, some frustration, and no peace of mind if you allow. Why we are allowing this to feel negative emotions? Because that's how we grown up. We observe our parents, we observe our society. When there is money, maybe we go for a vacation and fun. But when we don't have the money, same money will cause you the pain. Same money will cause you the suffering. The whole point or the whole objective of this session, today's session, is to understand how to put a full stop related to money situation. Whether I'll promise you one thing at the end of today's session, whether you have money or not, whether you have more money, whether you have luxury or not, you can be peaceful, you can be happy, you can be joyful. Okay, these are one thing which I can promise you from today's session, because most of us, our vibrations, our happiness depending on the money, because the way we deal with the money situations is, unfortunately, it is deciding our happiness. That's the truth. When money is more in our bank account, we feel so happy and excited, but the same money goes low in your bank account, or when you have no money in your bank account, then you feel frustrated, then you feel disappointed. And I want to bring you in this context, I also wanted to bring you one important law called law of impermanence. Please note it down for every one of you. And those who have already been with us, those who have attended many of our coaching sessions, probably you might be knowing it. For others, especially for new members, Umesh ji, Nawaz sir, and Sheetal, I want you to write down this law called law of impermanence. What law of impermanence states? Nothing is permanent. And also we discussed in the Nirvana Shatakam also. What Nirvana Shatakam also says, it's the same thing. We are not the pleasure, we are not the pain also. Now let's relate to money situation. Since this is a money coaching, so mostly I'll be discussing about the money only. At the end, in case if you have any questions, I'll be happy to guide you. So what Nirvana Shatakam says, or law of impermanence says, we are not the pleasure, we are not the pain. When you have more money, so-called whatever gives you pleasure, you may identify, okay, now I have more money. So I'm feeling pleasure, so I'm feeling happy. That's all right. But what happens when the same money goes down, or when the money will not have in your bank account? What happens? You feel the pain. Hereabouts pleasure and the pain. Same money, what causes you to feel the pleasure at one point, at another point may cause you to feel the pain. This is very, very important. Every day we come across money situations. So if you are not understanding this, then definitely you may fall into the trap of called Maya, money Maya. And the only way to get rid of this Maya, get out of this Maya, is to understand that nothing is permanent. Even money is also not permanent. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, which is completely all right. See, your peace of mind, your joy is nothing to do with the money in your bank account. Okay, still you can have zero, still you can have no money in your bank account, but you can feel happy. And that's why, and it may not make sense to some of you. Okay, how can you say, Mohan, that okay, money in my bank account cannot decide my happiness? Yes, apparently it looks to be true, but that's not truth. Let's say, like, many of you may not agree with me to this point. Like, money may not decide your happiness. Money may not give you the true joy, true happiness, true peace of mind. The same money may cause you the negative emotions also later point of time. When the money becomes less, money becomes zero, then we may feel the negative emotions. So that is identifying yourself with the pleasure. Okay, money gives me happiness, money gives me pleasure. So you are not the pleasure also. So don't identify yourself having more money also. So this is one aspect to the law of impermanence. Now let's understand. Now I'm telling you this is the ultimate truth. Even your happy money, having more money also, even that cannot give you the true joy. The joy is a reflection of your inner peace. Please write down this. Many of us, we confuse the word with joy and pleasures. Joy is expression of your inner peace is joy. That's why Abrahamics always called joy is the key. Like some of you already know it. Joy is the inner expression of inner peace. That is what joy. And pleasures, so-called what we call, which we get from the external things, from the people. Oh, when people are there, I'm going to feel good. When people are not there, I'm going to feel sad. That is a pleasures. And the money situation also is a kind of pleasure only, which you get when your joy is depending on the external things. That is pleasures. No matter what it is, whether it is money, whether it is people, whether it is some luxury, whether it is, no matter what it is, when your peace of mind is depending on the external things, that is a pleasure. That is not a joy. That pleasure is also not permanent. And the pain. And when you depend on the pleasures to make you joy, pleasures to give you the peace of mind, that's where it causes us to feel pain. Understanding? Pleasures is what we get from the external things. And the pain, because these pleasures, what we are most of the time which we depend on, pleasures will not give you the ultimate joy. The ultimate joy which you find is within you. But when you are depending on the external things to give you the joy, especially when it comes to money, most people, they rely on the money to give the happiness or the peace of mind. When you, as long as you depend on that, that may not give you the true joy. That is pleasure, same pleasures. When you have more money, you feel pleasure. But when you don't have money, you feel pain. So this is what I want to understand. When it comes to money, don't allow yourself to depend on the money or the luxury, anything to give you the joy or the inner peace. It's already there. You are that peaceful person now. Okay, I'll prove it to you later on how you are peaceful now. No matter whether you have money or not, no matter whether you have health or not, no matter whether you have good relationships or not, no matter whether you have a good health or not, it's nothing to do with your peace of mind. For many of you, it may not make sense. That's completely all right. I do agree with your point. How can you say, Mohan, let's say I have some money problem, let's say I have some relationship problems, or let's say I have some health issues. How can that decide my happiness? How cannot that decide my happiness? Of course, it affects me. It affects my peace of mind. When you look from this physical perspective, yes, it makes sense. It has effect on your health. It has effect on your peace of mind. But how you need to see your life, not just money, not just your health, not just your relationships, not just your business, not just your career. You have to see from that source perspective. You have to see from that consciousness perspective. Because we understood, like those who have attended that 5 days Helio diabetes classes, we discussed on the last day, we are not our eyes, we are not our nose, we are not our ears. So when we see, like now, whatever the money situation which you are going through currently, you are able to see with your eyes. That is, you have a proof now. When you open your bank account or bank statement, it clearly reflects the money in your bank account. So you're able to see. But you're not able to see from that source perspective, soul perspective, that consciousness perspective. That's where the problem is. Now, you need to see from that soul's perspective. For that, you need a practice. Consciousness is all about its practicing being in the present moment. Because we have been identifying ourselves or our happiness with the money situations, with the pleasure situations. This is see, if you really wanted to be peaceful, happy all the time, how many of you want to be peaceful all the time? Type me in the chat box if you wanted to be peaceful. Every one of us, we wanted to be peaceful all the time, no matter what. Yes, every one of us want to be peaceful. Even I wanted to be peaceful. How can one be peaceful all the time? It's possible when you are not depending on people, situations, and money. These are the major things which we decide our happiness or peace of mind. Because if you observe in your life, people, situations, money, these three things are not going to be constant all the time. Please write down this. These three things are not going to be constant. People keep changing, their behaviors keep changing, situations keep changing. The situation what you are going through currently, it may change tomorrow or next second. Money in your bank account keeps changing all the time. Yes or no? If you get money today, it may, like, you may spend on something by tomorrow or maybe by today itself. Yes or no? These three things are not going to be constant. And when these three things are not going to be constant, when your peace of mind is only depending on these three things, you have the answer now. Why you are not peaceful. That's what matters. Being peace is means putting a full stop to all the suffering. Even having a money problem is a suffering. How do we put a full stop and be peaceful? And one important thing, being into this spirituality, what I want every one of you to know is self-realization is important. Knowing that we are soul is important. Many of us, we know that. If I ask you, each one of you here, who we are means, everybody will tell soul, divine intelligence, soul, energy, consciousness, God, universe. That's one part. But knowing that should eliminate the suffering from your life. That's what the true knowing or the true understanding, true realization. Many of us say that, many people say that being into spirituality, who we are means they say soul. No point, no doubt in that. They confidently say, 1000% confident. I'm a soul, I'm a divine intelligence soul, I'm a God, I'm an energy. Everybody says that. But is suffering is eliminated from your life? When suffering is not eliminated from your life, you have understanding. You have the knowledge about you, but you have not yet realized. The true realization is when you realize yourself, that should eliminate your suffering, your pain, whether it is caused by money, whether it is caused by your situations, whether it is caused by some people. It has to eliminate. That's why Atyantika Dukkha Nivruti Paramananda Prapti. Like some of you might have heard from my sister saying multiple times. Like, what is the essence? What is the benefit of knowing this knowledge about self, like Vedanta or Upanishads? It's because Atyantika, we can put a full stop to that unlimited suffering, which caused by money, which is caused by people, situations. We can put a full stop. And to get into that blissful state, which is a peaceful state. Knowing is different. That's why I keep telling to all of you, spirituality you cannot understand on a mind level. No matter you read books, you attend many courses, you just listen from watching videos, that may not eliminate the suffering from your life. If it is eliminating, then that's the true knowledge, that's a true realization. So from today onwards, from now onwards, not just understanding it, but I want every one of you to experience it. How do you experience it? Also, we will discuss it. And from next time onwards, if anybody asks, you be aware. Like you just telling or your soul, or you are selling a divine intelligence soul or universe, God, energy, or before you saying that, has the suffering or the pain is eliminated from your life? Then that's what the true realization. Don't tell just for the sake of telling, you say, I am that God, I am the universe, I am the energy, I am the creator, I am the Brahman, I am the Atman. It sounds good when we say that. But does it mean our suffering is eliminated? Yes, it eliminates automatically when you realize it, not just when you understand it. For that, yes, we need to practice it. What we need to practice? We need to practice being in the present moment. We need to practice awareness. These are the two important things which I want every one of you to practice. Every day also, like in the morning session, we will remind you to practice awareness. And the night sessions, we'll remind you to practice the present moment, being in the present moment. These are two critical practices which helps you to get into that blissful state, which helps you to get into that peaceful state. And without these two practices, definitely you cannot get in. First thing is consciousness. Second thing is being aware of what's happening on your mind, what's happening within you. That's very, very important. Even like we all know, manifestation, whether you want to manifest money, whether you want to manifest crores, whether you want to manifest a house or a car or a person or a good health, manifestation is a byproduct of what? Type it in the chat box. You heard me saying multiple times.
Thinking.
Consciousness. And if our consciousness is very, very limited, to what we are seeing from this physical eyes. Yes or no? This, what we see, what we observe from this physical senses is very, very limited. That's why Adi Shankaracharya has explained beautifully that we are not these five senses. You are not the experience. You are not the pleasure. You are not the pain. This is where, when we truly realize it, that's when we can eliminate the suffering. Whether it is caused by money, most importantly, it will be caused by money most of the times. And maybe sometimes because of health, sometimes maybe because of relationships. So whatever the pain, whatever the suffering, it only affects when you don't know who you are. And the moment you start realizing that true self, you can be happy, you can be peaceful, you can be joyful all the time. Because you know, because nothing is permanent. This pleasure, I'm not this pleasure also, I'm not the pain also. You are just an awareness, that's all. This, who is playing all this game here? It's your mind. All of these things are happening on your mind. And many of us, unfortunately, we identify ourselves with our mind, with our body, with our senses. This, whatever you identify with your mind, like mind faculties, thoughts, emotions, memories, experiences, these are all mind faculties, and the senses related to the body. Okay, when you identify yourself, you are identifying with limited self. And the amount of joy also, which will be very, very limited in your life. When you identify yourself with a limited perspective, when you have a limited consciousness. So I want you to have that broad, see, as I said in the beginning, you have to see from that source perspective. You have to see from that higher consciousness perspective. Then everything will make sense to you in your life. And to give you our own example, like now we are shifting to Hyderabad, like we closed our home, we closed our office, which is not an easy thing for us. When we see from this physical life, oh, something wrong, like now we are closing, shutting down, all of these things, expenses will be there, some loss will be there, all of those things will be there. It causes us to feel pain when we identify ourselves with this mind. But because that's where the problem, many of us, the problems are created by our mind, which always judges, oh, is it right? Oh, is it wrong? Is it good? Is it bad? The mind always in a constant judgment, constant labeling. Even in your situation, right now, you take any situation in your life, whether it is health, whether it is money, whether it is relationships, whether it is business, it always tells something. Oh, this person is bad. This customer is bad. Oh, this is bad. Okay, I could have done like that. I could have done like this. All of these are happening on your mind level. And for that to identify, you should have the awareness. And awareness, it's a practice. And it comes only when you are present. These are all inclusive, not exclusive. Okay. This both being aware and being in the present moment. When you are aware of the present moment, that's what it eliminates all the suffering, because you don't identify yourself with the mind. Oh, you'll understand truly. Okay, it is my now my mind is judging. My mind is judging about the situation, about the money, about my customer, about business, about the job, about my health condition. Where it all happening? It's all happening on your mind. When you are aware of that, then you are no longer victim. You are just observing. You are just an observing. So this is where it gives us so much of joy. And now I'm telling, like from last 25 minutes, like I'm speaking all of this, it looks like a gulab jamun. Okay, you have to taste it. No matter how much I explain, it's like a gulab jamun. It feels good when you are listening to me, but unless until you experience it, you will know the taste of it. For that, as I given you the two practices, very, very important. Throughout the day, I want you to practice. Practice awareness, practice being in the present moment. And being in the present moment allows you to be more aware. So these two things are very, very important. These are the two things which we practice every single day. Morning, we practice the consciousness, like being aware. And the night classes, we will explain to you more. We focus more on the being in the present moment. So that's why it's very, very important to join the Monday to Friday classes. Don't skip. If you are skipping, that means you're not present, you are not being aware, you are not in the present moment. That's when you fall into traps of Maya called your mind, which is created by the Maya is all about, which is created by mind-made fiction. Write down all your suffering, all your pains is a mind-made fiction. Your mind created simply. But is that true? Ultimately not. That is not the truth. That is not the reality. But that's where many people, they identify themselves with the mind. Oh, the mind says something. They think it is true. But we are not any of those mind faculties. We are not any of the sense organs. So that's when we can be free. That's when we can be more joyful, more peaceful all the time, no matter, irrespective of your situation, you can be happy and peaceful if you practice this. Otherwise, yes, when something goes wrong, you feel sad. When something goes good, you feel like dancing on the top of the mountain. Both are not going to be permanent. That is what law of impermanence. Pleasures, so-called whatever you call, even that is not going to be permanent. And pain, like maybe some of you are currently going through some pain, maybe which is caused by money, which is caused by health, which is caused by relationships, pain. Even that pain is not going to be permanent. Both are not going to be permanent. Don't identify yourself with that pleasure or with that pain. When you are not identifying, you can be peaceful, you can be happy all the time. And please remember two things: pleasures and joy. Joy is a expression of inner peace. When you have that inner peace, that expression is called what we call joy. And this joy has nothing to do with what's happening on your outer reality. And the pleasures, I want you to remember, pleasures are nothing but what we get, the happiness from the external things. That is what a pleasures. This is very, very important. Most people confuse about it, and that's where the pain and the suffering is all about. We think that, okay, the money will give you more joy. Money will give me the peace of mind. But those are not joy. Those are pleasures which are not permanent. And even the pain, what you are going through, is also not permanent. The pain and the pleasures, both are not going to be permanent. This is one I'm going to conclude to you in this workshop, because recently we had this situation and it was not so easy decision to close everything, shut down everything, and to shift to Hyderabad. It was a very difficult decision, but now we are peaceful, we are happy now. I mean, we know for sure why it's happening. It's all happening. The mind is always in constant judgment. Okay, we could have not started our office. Our mind, like my mind is keep telling me. Today I went to a hill station and I was just observing. I was not just judging anything, labeling anything. Today I was just observing. Today I got more clarity. So that is why I'm bringing this concept to you. So we came to native place yesterday evening around 7:30. And today evening, I went to their hill station. I did the meditation there, and I was just observing everything. I was just observing the nature. I was just observing the trees, wind, everything. Then I got to know, like, why, like initially when we took this decision, initially it was not easy decision to digest for us. We had that little, I felt that little pain and little suffering. Okay, I could have not started. Oh, we could have not spent so much of money on this. All of those things, it is created by my mind. Now, when I think of the same situation, I'm feeling happy now. Because I stopped mind judgment, mind activity there. When there is no mind activity, even this is what Abrahamic says. See, every master is a great master. Whether you take Jesus Christ, Muhammad, or Krishna, everybody you take, they are all great masters. Only thing, we are not able to understand the essence of their core teachings. We only know about the surface level teachings. We think that we try to judge. Oh, this is like that, that is like that. But all teachings are same. All masters are same. The essence is same. The style may be a little different from what we teach from other people. But the core and essence, I want you to focus on that. Not on a surface level teachings, not on a surface level. When you, again, the blaming or the judgments comes from mind level, but ultimately the core and the essence is same. No matter whether you take Bhagavad Gita or Bible, Quran, it is all same. The essence is same. Even this is what, like, I've shared in the status also, like few days back, I went to temples. Like I was just going through, I'll do a lot of research and study on myself itself, because that's when I can bring more to you. I was just listening. So what is that, shape or the statue or the idol in the temple? Then I understood that it's not some shape or form. It is a pure energy. It's a pure consciousness. That's when I understood. And those temples or those churches or mosques are built, those are like the energy centers. Okay, we are going beyond the topic. Is it okay if we go beyond this, the money topic? The reason why I wanted to bring, because we can correlate to in each and every activity. Not just performing from mind level, but we have to perform. We have to see from that source perspective, from that higher dimension. Then only everything will make sense to you. Otherwise, we keep judging, we keep blaming, we keep labeling the things, situations, and people. That's when we'll make our life mess. This is very, very essential. This is very, very core. And if you understand this, if you realize this, then life is going to be really peaceful. So those are all energy centers. The temples, churches, or the mosques are like energy centers. Please do respect. And even the religion is not separates us. What separates is our mind. We are all one. Like that's what, right? We are being kept telling from the day when we are all one. We are not separate from each other. We are all one. We are all connected. What connects us? That's the love. All the religions, all the teachings are, the essence is same. I want you to focus on the essence, not on the surface level. Surface level, if you see, I'll tell you one simple example. Okay. Gods are different, shapes are different, temples are different, mosques are different, churches are different. We are seeing from our eyes, right? So it looks to be separate, it looks to be different. But the core essence, it's same. I want you to focus on that. Okay. Then definitely, even in our life situations also, money situations also, just because we have evidence, like money, there is no money in our bank account. That's evidence. But what we are seeing through our eyes. But this sense organs is very limited. You're identifying yourself with this limited perspective, then definitely it will be very, very limited. And the amount of joy, peace, which you can experience also is very limited, because your consciousness is limited. I want you to expand your consciousness. No matter how much time does it takes, you have to expand your consciousness. I'll tell you what happens, the consequences if you're not expanding your consciousness. And we have given this example many times, like Kaun Banega Karodpati, we all know, like I'm relating it to money, because since there is a money coaching, so I wanted to relate to money. So we all know Kaun Banega Karodpati. They all make the money, they win the cash prize, everything, all good. But what happens after a few months? They lose all the money, because their consciousness is very limited about money. Not only about money, about life itself. Their consciousness is limited. And because of what happens, they are going to receive a big amount, which is again, it's a consciousness, bigger consciousness, which is not fit into this small container or the consciousness. That's where they lose all the money. So it's very important to expand your consciousness, grow your consciousness, then automatically all the abundance will start coming into your life. And you don't have to ask. You already, asking part is already done. The universe is also answering your questions, like ask whatever you're asking, universe also giving. Now you need to allow. How do we allow? When you are present moment, when you're just aware, when there is no thought, there is no resistance. Abrahamic says this beautifully. Write down, every one of you, this is very important. What is resistance? Resistance equal to negative thoughts and emotions. And that resistance equal to thought. It is in the form of thought. And when there is no thought, you are just aware of the thought. You are not the thought. You are not identifying yourself with the thought. You are just aware of the thought. Then your resistance will come down. That's why being in the present moment, practicing awareness, these two practices will allow you to be you will be in that allowing state. When you are into allowing state, automatically whatever you asked will come to you easily, joyfully, effortlessly. Yesterday, my sister was talking, right, about effortless manifestation. This is what effortless. You are not just pushing hard. You are just allowing. Let's say when there is so much of judgment, criticism, or labeling happening on your mind level, then that's where you are pushing it away. Okay, is it okay if I take a little more time to explain this concept? But so far, is it clear, every one of you? I know for some of you, it is clear. Some of you may not be clear, and it is completely all right. I'll be happy to guide you, okay, at the end, in case if you have any questions. Now, how we pushes our manifestation away, okay? Let's have 100% clarity on this subject or on this concept. When you manifest your desires, when you have some desire, okay, let's take an example of money. You wanted to manifest money. How do you feel when you manifest money? You feel happy, you feel excited, you feel joyful, you feel happy. You feel proud about yourself. Yes, these are the emotions which we feel when that happens, when manifestation happens. But currently, how do you feel? We feel frustrated. We feel blaming, judgment about situations, complaining about the people, complaining about customers, complaining about your boss, complaining about your wife, husband. Because you're doing what on a mind level, you're performing from your mind level, constant judgment, constant fear, constant ego. That's where then lot of contrast, lot of fight. Here, if you see what the emotions, what kind of emotions you feel when you manifest, totally positive. Now, how do you feel? How you're feeling? It's feeling totally opposite to these emotions. That's why you're pushing it away. And when you practice awareness and present moment, being in the present moment, there is no judgment. There is no labeling. There is no complaining, just awareness and being in the present moment. That's when you allow the manifestation to happen on its own. This is the art of allowing when it comes to money. And not only it comes to money, other things also it's same. Like manifesting money, manifesting health, and other things also same. Now, even for your health also, like I'm just relating so that everybody can understand, because everybody, like everybody's problem and challenges are different, so which may cause them not to feel the peace of mind. So I'm just relating it. Even for the body also, why that health issue is causing so much of negative emotions? It's because your mind is always constantly judging, labeling. Okay, what if this goes wrong? What if it increases? What if it decreases? What if I don't do anything? What if I don't take care of my body? All these things are happening on your mind level. But you can stop this when you're aware, conscious, and when you are in the present moment. You can stop this mind activity. When there is no mind activity, automatically the manifestation will happen. That's what the effortless manifestation. And when there is no judgment, there is no blaming, you are in the present moment. And you can work hard for 14 hours, 18 hours, nothing wrong about it. You are 100% present, you are aware, you are in the present moment. And that's why even if you see Elon Musk and all, they work hard so much. But even they are able to manifest. Why? He manifested a lot of crores, a lot of businesses. And he became a few years later, few years back, he became a world's number one, world's richest person also. How does it possible? It is possible when you are in the present moment, when you are aware, there is no judgment, there is no blaming. You are just allowing things to happen on its own. And even the miracles and the magics will happen when you are into this state. But when you are into the constant blaming situation, oh, this is not happening, this person is delaying, that person is delaying, because of this person, because of that person, because of my parents, because of my wife, because of my kids. When all this is happening, you're pushing it away. You're pushing away your manifestation. Then that's when the manifestation will not take place. that take place only when you are aware, when there is no mind activity. Okay, try to be aware. And I'm not saying it is not so easy. You have to practice it every day. That's why we have a program called like 30 days. Morning you have to practice 30 minutes, night you have to practice 30 minutes. Then that's when it becomes so easy. And practicing in the community like this, it becomes so fun. It becomes so enjoyable. Otherwise, if at all you wanted to do it alone, definitely you cannot do it, because these are all the same processes. We have to do it for multiple times, like repeat it again and again. And when we are doing a repetitive task, we may feel boring and it feels monotonous sometimes. But when we are with community, when we are practicing it, it becomes so fun, it becomes so enjoyable. And you're all some of you are going to be experiencing from tomorrow onwards, like morning and night onwards. So enjoy. I wish you all the best and be consistent. I know definitely sometimes it feels boring, sometimes it feels monotonous, and sometimes you may feel lazy also, but practice it, because when you practice awareness, when you practice being in the present moment, you allow the things to happen. Otherwise, I'll tell you, you have to put a lot of effort, the physical effort, you have to put a lot of hard work to make things happen. And now it's your choice whether to put a lot of hard work and effort, and you just allow the things to happen. You can decide. Okay. And now that's all for today. Which I want you to remember is, see, when don't depend on things, money, people, situation. Three things are not going to be constant. This keeps changing. When these three things keep changing, your peace of mind also keeps changing. Understand that nothing is permanent. The pleasures are also not permanent. Pain is also not permanent. And how do we avoid this suffering? How do we avoid this pain? Is to practice awareness, practice consciousness, and being in the present moment. When you are practicing awareness, when you are in the present moment, you are allowing it. But when there is a constant judgment, constant fear, constant labeling, then you are pushing your manifestation away. Okay. And practicing it regularly in the session, like in the morning session, night session, is very essential. It is important, like how we take food and bath every single day. Same way we need to practice it. See, it will be boring only to eat food also. Sometimes it will be boring, and sometimes we may not be able to eat, like we may postpone. Even it's like this, even though we postpone, but we take it. Same way, even this processes also, like morning, night also, it may feel sometimes boring. That's completely all right. Nothing wrong about it. Don't judge again. That's human tendency. Now we are coming from this physical life to spiritual life. Moving from this physical life to the spiritual life, it is a transition, and be gentle with yourself. This is one small request from my side. Otherwise, what happens? If you're not gentle, if you're not kind to yourself, when you're transitioning from this physical life totally to a spiritual life. Yes, parallelly we live this physical life and spiritual life. And most of the people, they live only physical life. Oh, hard work, get ideas your pace. You have to do some karmas, good karmas to balance your bad karmas. You have to do that is physical life. The spiritual life, we can be peaceful, joyful, even in the chaotic situation. And only when you are practicing this awareness and being in the present moment, which helps you to live a spiritual life also, but you can live a parallelly physical life also. Nothing wrong. You can enjoy your relationships. You can enjoy the luxury. You can enjoy more money. Nothing wrong about it. But most importantly, you have to see from the spiritual dimension, from that source perspective, even your physical life. Don't only see the physical life. See from that spiritual dimension, see from that source perspective, then everything will make sense to you. Nothing going wrong. This is very important. Nothing is going wrong. Everything is in the harmony. Everything is in the order. Everything is in the alignment. Nothing wrong is happening in this entire world. This is a conclusion of today's session. After this, I'll answer your question if you have any questions. After that, we are going to start the wealth shower, which is a very, very powerful activity. And some of you are going to experience it today. Okay, wealth shower. We're going to add breakout rooms. We're going to create a breakout rooms, and we're going to keep you 3 persons in each group. Like you have to perform that activity. I'll explain what is that activity little on. Now, any of you have any questions, you can raise your hand and let me bring Nawaz sir. Navasar, yes, great. 1 second, yes. Good evening, Navasar. Yes, sir.
Very good evening, Mr. Mohan.
Yes, yes, sir.
Firstly, thank you. Thanks a lot for this amazing session. It was really thought-provoking, as we are all thinking that our mind is God, and whatever our mind was saying, we are in what we say, slave to our mind. As you told, whenever if it's happy, it makes us happy, we are happy, and because of some situation, it triggers us sadness, and we are sad. So we become slave to mind. So today you took me to a level higher than that, where mind is also a physical thing, and we can pass on to that. Thanks for really sharing for that. But how to bring as a practice? Yes, it's a difficult task. Okay, as you were saying, a lot of things like most of our pleasure and pain is because of three things: situation, people, and
Money.
these are the three things which you have been sharing. So if certain things, say, if it in terms of money itself, assuming because of a manager, there is a huge capital loss. Okay, if he would have been a bit more cautious, if that capital loss have not happened or things like that. So immediately mind start judging, it could have been like that, all those things. So how to remove this, and how to be like a loss has happened, assuming a loss has happened, and how to remove that. And because of that, we start attracting negative things. And once when we start attracting negative things, more negative things starts coming. Correct, right? So how to really stop when a negative situation has happened? How, and mind is very immediately with its 1 lakh thoughts, it is immediately ready to focus us into negative ideas. How to stop that and be really joyful?
Yes, wonderful question, sir. Thank you so much for asking. Like, even though maybe other people also may have the similar questions to you, like when they get any situations, how to handle, how to be calm, because our mind goes into constant judgment. Oh, this happened like this because of this person. I shouldn't have done like this. He shouldn't have done like this. She shouldn't have done like this. Okay. Now all you have to do is just try to be calm. Like, you can do meditation, and we have given you many processes, and you can visit, go to connect with the nature, connect with the pets, listen to some good music. These are the some of the easiest way to reduce that resistance, reduce that mind judgment. Because as I know, it's not so easy to stop that judgment completely, but at least we can reduce gradually. Maybe listening to some good music, connecting with the nature, or maybe doing some meditation, listening to this kind of class. When your mind starts calming down, automatically the resistance will go. That judgment, that blaming, all that will go away. And you will be getting into that positive momentum. From that high resistance, now some situation is happening. Because of that, your mind like going crazy, lot of thoughts, 100,000 lakhs of thoughts. How to deal with this? We cannot, from higher resistance, definitely we cannot come to zero level. It is gradually we can, when we go to some lake, or when we are spending time with the children, when we spending time with the pets, automatically the resistance will come down. The judgment, the blaming, all this come down. Your mind activity will come down. When it is constantly coming down, now you will be getting into that positive momentum. Then the positive momentum will take place, and you can continue with that. Then definitely you're going to attract many more magics and miracles. That is a way to overcome any kind of situation. Be it a tough situation, be it any negative situation, no matter how chaotic that situation is, but easily we can come out of it. Overcoming it, it's a gradual process. But definitely, when we wanted to come out of immediately, again that becomes resistance. Again, it will add up to that resistance. Whenever we try to control anything, there is a more resistance. This is, I want every one of you to write down, not only for Navasar, this is for everybody. Whenever you try to control any situation, any person, there is more resistance. You're adding up to that more resistance. Then it will increase. Never ever try to control any situation, never ever try to control any person. Yes. Yes, Navasar.
Yes, Mohan. Thank you. Thanks a lot for this thing. I fully believe, I fully 100% agree with you. So when we change our thoughts has been, and then when we start using affirmation and things like that, good things start happening, and then our mind starts judging in a good way, good manner, and good things starts flowing in. Okay, but how about sometimes in the global world, in this physical world, sometimes what happens when a situation goes wrong, if it's like a manager kind of a situation, or if we are being boss, if we really shout at that particular people, and if we really do not show the love, the real things comes out. Sometimes they really push themselves, and sometimes some good results are really happening, and it is being outrightly being portrayed everywhere and everything. So what do you think about at least mind level, we are keeping ourselves calm, no doubt about it, and we are not judging anything. We are still having positive affirmation. But how about like sometimes we really show our harsh words just to resolve that thing? Do you think it's advisable, or how is it?
Yeah. Very, very good question, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah, and the easiest way to understand this situation, first we need to understand the root cause. Then we'll work on like how to overcome it. First, we should know the root cause. Then we have to know how to overcome it. First, let's understand the root cause. When someone is saying something to you, something bad about you, something negative about you, which is not a good thing. Now, we need to understand what was that person is going through. The person is going through some pain, and because of that, he is creating some pain to us. Neither it is intentional, nor that person wants to hurt you. No. It's simply because the person was going through some pain and he is causing you pain. See, we know whatever we like, our life is a reflection of our consciousness. The way we behave, the way we think, the way we speak, it is a reflection of our internal state. See, obviously, when you are peaceful, when you are calm, you don't shout at anybody. And when something going wrong inside, that's when we speak something negative, or that's when we blame on someone. That's when we criticize other person, or that's when we abuse someone. And it's very important as a practicing the spiritual life. Not only we understand what's happening within us, but also understanding what's happening within the person, the other person. Then it becomes easy, because he's also going through some pain, and because of that he's saying something, and that may not affect you. When you see it from this physical life, yes, the person is saying something negative, you have to take some revenge, or you have to do something to stop that, because that's how we have been trained to say something, or to react to, or to take revenge on that person. That's how we have been trained. Now that's not the way. Even why the wars are happening, the world wars or any wars, the Ukraine, all of these things, it's happening. It's because many people are not able to understand that we are connected, that why some person is creating some pain, because they're also going through some pain. Everybody needs healing. Everybody needs love. Even the person whom they are hurting you, like they're causing you some pain, also needs healing. And as a spiritual practitioner, we have to understand this. And they may not be in a position to understand, because they are not practicing this. And they don't know anything about their life, other than their thoughts, other than their words. But we know we are not beyond mind. We are beyond the body. We are beyond the organ, the sense organs. So now we must have that perspective. Like as I said, right, in the session also, we have to see from that source perspective. From the physical perspective, yes, that person has did wrong. You have to take some revenge on that person. But when you see from that from the source perspective, from the spiritual dimension, yes, he is also going through some pain. Let me give love. Only love heals. When he needs healing, or she needs healing, send out that love. Automatically, that person also will heal. You will also live. But when you try to control by reacting or saying something, or that harsh words and all, that may not give you the fruitful results. That may not make you the situation more peaceful. The only way to is understand the root cause. And what he needs is love. Send that love automatically. Even he needs healing. You need healing. So give love for other person, give love for yourself also. That's the only way to handle any of the people problems, no matter what it is, whether it is between you, manager, whether between us and the relationship between you and your wife or husband, children, anybody. This is the only way to. But when we try to control, when we try to say something, when we try to react, that's even create more problems. First, we two important steps for this. First, the root cause, why the person is saying like this, because he is going through some pain. That we need to understand as a spiritual practitioner. Second thing is, what he needs is not our reaction, not our harsh comments, but what he needs is love. Because he is looking for some healing and he don't know how to find that healing, but he is expressing in the form of negative words. Even he needs healing, even we needs healing. The only way to do is send out that love and do forgiveness process. Like we have given in the night session, we have given the forgiveness process and you have to practice it.
Our process remains the same, that forgiveness. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I forgive you.
Yes,
Thank
it's
you.
the same. It's the same. Yes. Now, sir, you got the answer now?
Yes, perfectly. I have got that answer. I have deeply got that particular answer. I'm trying to be like that. And but like when we are talking about this easy manifestation, things like that, right? What I don't know, maybe in India, when we share more love, people take us for more granted. More grantedness, and the seriousness goes more low. But end of the day, manifestation happens, because if we are strong, really mind-wise, we are strong, manifestation happens. But instead of easy, maybe I think sometimes it takes a bit more longer. I really do not know. Maybe I have some need to clear something in the thing. So that's why I was thinking whether we need to be shrewd or we really need to show always the love and affection.
What you truly need, always. Do you need love always?
Yeah, like I mean, in a professional scenario, yeah.
The other person also always needs love only. What we need is also true love. Even what other people also needs is love, nothing else. Nobody wants, judgment or negativity. So even if everybody wants love, so let's give that love and let's take that love. Yes, okay, great, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much for your questions. I really appreciate. And because of this, like many of other people also got the answers. How many of you got the answers because of Navasa questions? Like how to handle any situations between people and people. That is the easiest. First, we need to know the root cause. Then it is easy for us to understand he needs healing. He needs love. Okay, let's send out, let's bless them, that person. Then he's going to be all right. Great. Karthik sir, you would like to add something?
No, I got more clarity on that actually. Thanks to Navas sir. That's what I would tell.
Yes, let us all thank Navas sir. This is the power of being in community. Okay, you don't have to ask. Maybe the question what you have also, maybe the same, some other person may have the same question. Then it will get answered automatically. That's why the coaching sessions are 1,000 times powerful. Please do attend. Please be consistent to all the coaching sessions. It is always powerful. Like we believe it's 1000x. Maybe you have to tell how much X you are experiencing it. Is great. Thank you so much, Karthik sir, for sharing. Now, let me listen from Umesh ji. Afterwards, I'll come to Sheetal. Yes. Umesh ji, how are you feeling now? You can unmute yourself. No, you're on mute. Please unmute. Yes. Good evening.
Good evening. Since today is my first class, so today's class I find quite some sort of conceptual and intellectual. Conceptually and intellectually I understand, but when it comes to imbibing in the heart, I'm finding it a bit difficult.
From tomorrow onwards, you're going to experience it. Because tomorrow onwards, we're going to not just listening to me, but you're going to practice from tomorrow onwards. Like tomorrow morning, you will have a processes called meditation, hypnosis meditation. You will have a prosperity story writing. Literally, you have to tell a positive story. Now, imbibing is a negative story that you are telling. And you will learn slowly. Now, I'm not just criticizing you. You will understand how to tell a positive story all the time by writing a new positive story every single day.
Because fundamentally, yes, fundamentally, I do understand. I clearly understand. there are three dimensions called body, mind, and soul. There absolutely
Yeah.
there is no doubt of it. All three meet at one point, like X, Y, Z axis. No doubt, I understand. But point is that when it comes to feeling, it always goes through the body only. Body, mind, and then of course the soul. Conceptually, of course, the plan will definitely start from the soul. Then it will soul will decide the purpose, intent, and then accordingly mind will make the plan, and then accordingly body will make execution. So in the planning phase, of course, the flow will be from the soul to mind to body. But when it comes to execution or implementation, it will always be from body. Body, then mind will compare and judge, and then finally soul will see that yes, I am manifested and realized.
Yes.
So in these two process, implementation and planning, there is some sort of somehow I would say that what I felt that conceptually, theoretically, intellectually, I understand, fully understand, I appreciate it all right. But when it comes to getting implanted in the heart, I was feeling some sort of resistance.
That's okay. That's okay. That's completely all right. Okay. I'll give you one simple affirmation to deal with this. Okay. Whatever the resistance could be, maybe any difficulty, some difficulty, some disturbance, you can tell this affirmation.
And one thing coming to my mind,
Yeah.
there is one popular serial kids are watching called Motu and Patlu.
What's that?
A popular comic serial kids are watching that is called Motu and Patlu.
Okay.
You too might have seen that.
No, I have not seen.
Okay, no issue. So what they always say that भूखे पेट दिमाग की ट्यूबलाइट नहीं जलती है. Something like they say.
Okay.
So when it comes to saying that money doesn't matter, money doesn't make happiness, conceptually, intellectually, I do understand that, but at practical level, it is difficult to digest.
I
To be frank and
understand.
honest.
I totally understand. You are going to experience from tomorrow morning onwards.
Okay.
Okay. Because I've seen you are very knowledgeable person. You have a lot of wisdom because during these years you have gained a lot of wisdom. And now tomorrow you're onwards, you're going to put it into practice. Yeah. That's why we have a practice sessions. At the same time, conceptual and theoretical sessions also, it's there. Okay. It's a combination and all sessions are live so that you can practice. And when you're practicing the group, it is so fun. And tomorrow onwards, you're going to experience it. And please do join tomorrow's session at 7 a.m. Exactly, you have to be there at least 1 or 2 minutes before so that our trainer going to start. Like our trainer.
No doubt, I'll be there on time or before time.
Yeah. In case you have any questions related to any processes, you can ask Arun sir. He'll be the trainer. He'll be handling the morning and night sessions. So you can always ask him and you can sort all your problems and your questions or doubts, and you can start practicing it. And slowly, because now you have understood theoretically, now it will be easy for you. Now tomorrow onwards you're going to practice in the lab. Now you learned everything. Now you understood on a theoretical level. Tomorrow it's going to be practical. You're going to do the lab testing tomorrow.
Let's see. I always believe only after seeing the evidence. So
yeah.
Keeping my finger crossed for tomorrow's morning session.
Yes. Amazing.
And I will be able to comment only after going through that.
Great. So you have any questions and doubts? Are you clear now?
No question, no doubt.
Clear. Okay. I'm going to see you tomorrow morning and just be consistent and practice.
Yes.
Everything will be over. Okay. You don't have to think too much on your mind level. Just allow yourself, be calm and just be aware, and things going to turn into magic.
At least whenever mind level is concerned, whatever things are there, at least sensibly in an analytical manner, but of course in a sensible manner, everybody will analyze it.
Yes,
because
correct.
There is always some sense of something redundant, something unwanted, something that. So that mental processing is needed, integral part of that. Like yesterday, ma'am was telling that sometimes ego is a good thing. Like that, application of mind and filtering of mind is absolutely necessary. That cannot be straight away ruled out.
Yes, see, even though it's going, but you have to be aware of that happening, what's happening. That's a whole
Yes, of
object.
course.
Like the whole point on the spirituality is no matter what's going in your life or going in your mind, where
Conscious application of mind without awareness is simply impossible.
yes,
Simply impossible. If somebody is consciously analyzing, that means definitely he is doing under awareness only.
yes, and see, it needs a lot of practice. Not everybody will be aware of their thoughts and emotions. Like if we go to a person, like now, let's relate to Nawasar what he said. Like when somebody says something negative, why the person is saying negative like that? It's because he's not conscious of his own internal state. If he is so aware, then he could have not said something wrong about some person. Yes,
No,
sir.
not only that. Everything.
So for that, yes, you need to practice. What I would suggest is just get into the practice sessions.
Negative,
everything will, all your questions will be answered.
Yes, I will take just few seconds.
I think
so far as the negativity is concerned, everything it depends on perspective. Same thing, if you are looking from a different perspective, it will appear to be a positive one. If you look from the other perspective, it will look a neutral, and if you look from the third perspective, it might appear to be a negative. Now the point to see is that which perspective is most appropriate or conformal to the higher most dimension.
Correct. Amazing.
Yes.
Exactly. You got the point. That's where, like, moving from the slower dimension to higher dimension. Nothing. Like the spiritual journey is about that. Oh, nothing. Great. Thank you so much, Umeshji, for sharing. And now let's hear from Sheetal. Sheetal, are you there?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Sheetal. How are you doing?
I'm there. So, no doubt from the session, it was amazing. Thank you very much.
Okay, great. How's how you said like experiencing, like you had attended 1 week of the spiritual morning and evening sessions also. How are you feeling now?
Sir, actually last week was a marathon week for me.
Okay.
So running all the time. So I really didn't get, I was not able to put a lot of attention, because of very much busy or, schedule. But from tomorrow, I will try to, I am kind of able to figure out what I need to do. So I will definitely have something next week. It's not that I don't have now, but I need to collect my thoughts. I just ran and rushed to come into the session.
Fine.
But it was very good session. In fact, all the sessions were very good, amazing. I'm learning a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sheetal, for sharing. Yes, others, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer before we move into the wealth shower. It's an activity, very powerful activity. Please be present for that activity. It's going to be very powerful. Any questions and doubts before we move to that wealth shower process? Arun sir, Karthik sir, Shilpa, Asha.
No, sir, everything is clear. We are thankful for you for giving this amazing session.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. How about Asha? Asha, are you there?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Asha?
Great, sir.
Okay. You have any doubts or any questions?
No, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you, Asha.
Thank you, sir.
I think we are good to start. Shilpa. Okay. Let me ask from Shilpa. Shilpa, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Are you there? Any questions or doubts?
No questions, sir.
Okay. Did you enjoy the session?
Yes, sir. I enjoyed a lot.
Okay. What did you learn from this today's session?
Always we should be positive only, sir.
Okay. Always positive. Great. Thank you. Anything else you wanted to share or ask?
Yes, sir. I want to share one good news from my side,
good
sir.
news. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you can share.
Sir, on Friday, we registered 2.5 acre of land, sir.
Okay. On your name?
Sir?
Okay. You're going to register a land on Friday. When?
Yes, sir. No, sir. Last Friday we registered, sir.
Oh, you already registered.
Yeah, yes, sir. It was pending
Amazing.
from last 9 months, sir.
Okay, it was pending from last 9 months.
Yes, sir.
You got it registered last Friday.
Yes, sir.
Okay, where is the party now?
Sir, definitely I will give you, sir.
Okay, let us all congratulate Shilpa for her amazing manifestation. The
Great,
land
Shilpa,
registration, which was pending from 9 months, it happened last
sir.
Friday. So really happy for you, Shilpa. So thank you so much for sharing. Keep sharing, because even other people also get inspired. Maybe they also have
Yes, sir.
similar issues related to, okay, maybe land was, they have some litigations, all of those things. But now how it got happened? What is the magic?
With your guidance, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. It is our pleasure. Okay, keep sharing. Any good things happened like from last? It's been, I think, 20 days for you, right? 20
Yes,
to
sir.
25 days.
Yes, sir. 20 days, sir. 25 days, sir.
Amazing. How was this journey? Last 25 days.
So it was amazing, and I should continue this classes, sir.
That's what I told in the beginning also. Don't stop for this month. Continue, because what you are paying compared to like the benefits, it's very, very less. It's a priceless, in fact. The amount of
Yes, sir.
benefits, the amount of value which you are getting, it's priceless. Okay. Please do practice it, because as I said, like your entire families are going to be very happy. Many miracles will happen. Initially, when you joined, I didn't tell you that, okay, your land will get registered.
Yes, sir.
Just
We
join,
got it.
miracles will happen, magics will happen. That's all.
Yes,
You
sir.
have to trust and surrender. Then only the magics and miracles will happen. Okay, let's congratulate Shilpa. I'm really happy for
Thank
you.
you,
I'm
everybody.
super happy for your progress. You're really consistent, being consistent. Initially, you had told me, sir, I may not be able to join morning session because I have kids, I have to take care of them, I have to send school. But you are being so consistent, morning, night, to all the coaching sessions. I really appreciate you for being consistent, for being disciplined, and that is what giving you the results.
Okay, sir.
Enjoy and have fun. That's all.
Thank you so much, sir.
Great. Thank you so much, Shilpa, for sharing. Any questions and doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, great. Fine. Thank you. Now let us all start with the well shower. What this well shower is? One person, like we're going to create a breakout groups of 3 people each. In each room, we're going to create 3 people, where one person is going to close their eyes. Other 2 people are going to read the person's affirmation who is closing their eyes. Like, let's say I'm closing my eyes, like for first person, for each person, we have to take 5 minutes of time. I'll close my eyes. Other 2 members in the group, they have to read my affirmations. Like, Mohan, you are a wonderful soul. You're always happy, healthy, joyful. Your family members are always happy, healthy, joyful. You're attracting 10 potential customers. Like, we have to bless the other person, because we believe the group energy is more powerful. Than saying just affirmations in the mirror, it is even more powerful when we are doing in the group. Already many miracles happen for many of our members. So it creates a lot of miracles and magic. So please do believe in this process, and you will see the shift after doing this process. Okay. Are you all clear before starting the activity? Are you all clear? Especially new members, Umesh ji, Navas sir, Sheetal. Are you all clear?
Sir, I have not written my affirmation.
Okay, is it?
I just have one maybe. Now.
So, yeah, probably what you can do is you can share one important affirmation. What is important to you currently? You can share, you can write as that an affirmation, you can share it in the group. They are going to read your affirmation, that one affirmation, for 5 minutes. They are going to bless you with their energy, because everybody is a divine here. Everybody is a God here. Not just seeing them as a person, but we are seeing them as a God. Every God is blessing you now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sending it now, sir. In the
Yeah,
group.
you please send it in the spiritual morning routine group.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I think, are we all good to start this session? Good to start this activity? Umesh ji, Nawaz sir, are you all clear? Have you all shared your affirmations? Shilpa, have you shared your affirmations?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great.
Oh my God, so much typing.
Jayam Jauna, this is a meditation now. So don't come for 15 minutes.
Okay, Asha has shared, Arun sir has shared, Umesh ji has shared. Karthik sir has shared. Navas sir has shared. Sheetal, yes, Sheetal also has shared. I think we are good to start. Probably, yes, it's 9:20 now. We can start the activity. So I'm going to create, 8 people in the group so that I cannot create 3 breakout rooms. I may be able to do only 2 groups, which will take 20 minutes of time. So anyhow, that's okay. Let me create the breakout rooms. So I think it is clear for you, everyone. One person is going to close their eyes, and all of the remaining members in the room, you have to say their affirmations. And once you sit and close your eyes, they are going to read your affirmations. Okay. Like that, for each person, only 5 minutes of time. Don't take more than 5 minutes. Okay. And this is going to be powerful, very, very powerful. You're going to see the shift immediately in this next 20 minutes. Let me create the breakout rooms. Okay, in room number 1, I'm assigning Arun sir, Umesh G, and Sheetal. And in room number 2, wait, let me bring 1 second. I'm creating the breakout rooms now. Just stay back. Something ఒక 15 నిమిషాలు. Okay, I'm opening all the rooms. Please join respective rooms. So we'll take, for each person, we'll take 5 minutes of time. We're going to complete in another minutes of time. So 20 minutes of time. For each person, take only 5 minutes. Asha, are you there? Please join room number 1, Asha.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please join room number 1.
Sir, how to join, sir?
So you're not able to see the breakout room option there.
Okay, wait.
Usually you used to join, right? Yeah, you joined. Great. Yes, I'm back. Yes. Everybody's back. Anybody left in the breakout room? Okay, everybody's back. Great. Thank you. Yes, firstly, let's listen to the sharings. Afterwards, I'll try to correct your affirmations. Great. Okay, let me listen from Umeshji first. Yes, Umeshji, how are you feeling? How's the well shower?
Very good, good. And one thing that has certainly popped up to my mind is that we always have certain notion about somebody, that if someone is coming, he'll be either coming with a bad idea or some high-handedness will be there, or there we have some idea about other person, that if that person is coming, definitely good idea will be there. So at least that thing I realize, that due to a lot of negativity by which we are surrounded, we always see anyone's proposal with the suspicion, and most of the time, even before thoroughly evaluating, we reject it. So first time I realized it, because I know that my affirmations were being read by others, so I was happily receiving it. So I felt a moment of at least receiving it happily. Otherwise, prior to that, it was some sort of just evaluation, analysis, and somehow rejection. That process was going on. So at least for a moment, I felt a process of acceptance, reception. Say for a moment of just 2-3 minutes or 4 minutes or 5 minutes, it opened. So I realized that I felt that moment, and I felt that happiness. Somehow I felt that at least somehow there was some disconnect between me and the universe. Now in that 4-5 minutes, I felt that now at least one tunnel has created. With that, at least some communication will start. At least if I'm not able to get the full-fledged meal, at least some drip has started coming.
Amazing.
So at least I will have a hope and feeling that now I can survive.
Amazing.
That's what I'm feeling.
This is a great realization. See, now that's what I said. It's a realization. Now it's you are realizing. Great shift. Great shift. Thank you so much, Umeshji, for sharing. Many more miracles on the way. Just be grateful and excited. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Let me hear from Shilpa. Yes, Shilpa, how are you feeling? This is the first session you are experiencing this well shower, right, Shilpa?
Yes, sir.
Yes. How are you feeling?
Sir, it was amazing, sir.
Great. Amazing. So what is your experience with this? How are you feeling when others are reading your affirmations?
Sir, it was like my inner soul is going and listening in front of them only, sir.
Wow. Great. Amazing. And few corrections are there in the affirmations also. I'll correct it. Okay. That's why I asked you to share it before. And some of you have shared, and today I didn't get the time to it. And others, like even others, existing members also, Karthik sir, Arun sir, and Asha, I would also request you to go through their affirmations, and any corrections, not today, probably you can make it tomorrow or day after tomorrow. And before next week, we meet on next week, I'll make sure that all your affirmations are correct. I'll also go through each and every one of your affirmations personally, and I'll share it to you. Don't worry now. I'll also ask you to share 10 affirmations. I'll correct it and I'll share it to you personally. You don't have to worry about your affirmations. I'll be there. Okay. Great. Thank you so much, Shilpa, for sharing. Thank you. Yes. Yes, Nawaz sir. How are you feeling? Now, sir, are you there?
Hi. Yes, I'm there. It's very good. It's a great feeling. I felt almost I have become a crorepati already. Yeah. I know the power of this, and it's a great thing. I wanted something like
issue.
Feeling very relaxed, feeling very joy. And one thing which I really learned in our last 5 days of our improvement seminar, I'll not say it's a diabetic seminar and health improvement seminar. The reason is I was thinking healing was like, even in spite of so many years, healing was something doing real activities, like we need to do meditations or affirmation, things like that. All so much of things this is what even I was under the impression. But after this last 5 days training, even hearing our session, it heals the diabetics. Just hearing our session, just attending our session for 5 days, the diabetics went down. Just attending the session itself is a big stress busters, immunity increase level, diabetics is going off. So this was a great learning which happened to me in our last session. Because people think we need to spend hours of hearing and then we need to spend hours of doing. Actually, it was not like that. This was a very good healing session last week.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing. Great. So yes, many miracles. It's nothing when our perception changes, automatically we heal. Nothing. We don't have to sit and do hours of meditation. That's why we are not someone who don't promote meditation so much. Even just by changing our perception, and it's just moment of realization, like how Umeji has realized now. Like it has some connection to that universe, some connection to that divine. That's what it's a realization. And when that realization happens, many miracles will happen. Okay, all you have to do is just trust and see the miracles. Great. Now, yes, let me speak to Sheetal. I think it's already, yes, Sheetal, are you there?
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
So it was great, amazing. I mean, I really felt like, I could hear the claps when my son received gold medal. And so it was so true, so real for me. I was visualizing, hearing, that kind of stuff. So thank you very much.
Amazing. Great. Thank you so much, Sheetal. And there are a few corrections. What I'll do is I'll correct it and I'll send it to you personally. Okay. Let's not
Please,
discuss
sir,
in the
please.
Yeah, I'll do
Yes,
that.
sir, please.
And also, I want you to
Thank
share a few more affirmations because at least 10 affirmations are required.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will.
Thank you.
I will share. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Sheetal. Great. I think, how anybody want to share, like Arun sir, Karthik sir, Asha, any of you want to share before we close?
I want to share.
Yes,
Actually,
yes, sir.
Actually, this well shower is a very powerful tool which I have experienced over a period of, I think, 9 to 10 months. And I would like to share out of 14 affirmations, I've already fulfilled 4 of my desires. The latest being in the Sankranti time when my son came from Texas. In fact, for 18 months, we have almost for the getting a bride, no, it's not so easy. And we struggled a lot by visiting so many matrimonial centers, then seeing the horoscope. We went deep into the horoscope, deep in the family background check, and nothing was working. Then when I got connected to the well shower, I think exactly a year back in February, I think, or January, I think, January or February, January, I think. Then I am really grateful and thankful to Dr. Manjula and also to Mohan and to all the participants who had shown me the by chanting one of the very powerful empowerment affirmations, which really did a magic to my son. Recently got engaged, and even though the formality is already completed, and the engagement in Kadur was like a marriage only, and had visualized that he should get a soulmate of his choice, not by force, not by parents' choice or anything. So there was little difference of opinion when so many alliance came, but I left to the my son's choice only, and it really worked miracles by chanting one of the very powerful affirmation. And I'm really thankful and grateful to all the participants who had consistently chanted. And I just visualized, and then it was a magic thing happened just about 15 days back when we got engaged to my son, a wonderful daughter-in-law, and it went like a marriage. And then even the registered marriage took place, which actually, as per guidelines, 30 days break, what you call waiting period should be there. But in front of Deputy Commissioner and Tahsildar, we got registered by signing off from both the parent side and bride and groom, and that helped him to get the dependent visa. He has dependent visa for us and for his wife. So as a formality, everything is completed. Marriage has already taken place, but only thing now formality, the marriage has to take place at their Shimoga or Kadur, and we will have a reception, and I will be inviting in Bangalore. I think for the next 2-3 months will be known, because he is waiting for that H1B visa and also for the dependent visa. So thank you. That was the biggest manifestation, and it happened due to well shower only. And other 3 things which happened almost 6 months back. One is my health. It got materialized. All my 12 health issues by consistently chanting with ease, peace, and joy. And I was giving an affirmation that I am always joyous, perfectly fit, and at all times. So this affirmation had really worked with again working on myself, attending meditation, attending group healing sessions, attending abundance of health workshops also. So all the combination works in the well shower. And like that, 4 affirmations, 4 of my desires have already been completed. And the rest also is falling in line, waiting for the divine order. So everything is happening as per divine order. And thank you for giving me an opportunity to share in this session. Thank you, Randol.
Thank you, Arun sir, so much. Yeah, many of his desires has manifested not only because of well shower. Yes, well shower is also important because everybody's blessings, everybody's energies will add to this powerful process. Okay, and let us all be grateful for each one of you. Even I am grateful for each one of you for reading my affirmation, sending your bless, sending your love and energy to me. And many of us, even our desires also got manifested. Like it's been like a car, home, office, everything we got manifested because of this. Thank you so much, everyone. And thank you so much for joining tonight's session and giving us an opportunity to guide you all today. And I look forward to see you next week. Till then, enjoy, have fun, and make sure you join the morning and night classes regularly. Be consistent and definitely expect miracles. Expect miracles, believe in miracles. Thank you. Love you all. Bye-bye. Take care. Good night.
Thank you. Have a
Thank you,
good day.
sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
sir.
Sir.
Good
Thank
night,
you,
sir.
everyone.